edition of Greyhound Football Report, and as of right now we are on spring break. You guys should be headed home and off to wherever it is spring break is going to happen for all of us. We caution them to play hard, play safe, be smart, and make somebody smile. So as we end the first half of this spring off-season training, there are a few things we wanted to remind you about. We have our parent meeting on April the 21st. Mark that off on your calendar. Something else that people may not have been informed about yet, any physical that your son obtains from this time forward is valid for the football season. So we'd love to see all our guys have their physicals in before the school year is actually out. That way nobody's left behind when we start practice during the summer. One other item that's worth noting is our training up to this point has all been with weights. Coach JG was able to put together a rep challenge where you guys could still get some good work in, whether they're hanging on a ski slope in Colorado or they're in the Caribbean sitting on the sand. It's all body weight work and exercises they're familiar with, and ask them about it. It's kind of a cool challenge and see how many guys are able to pull it off over break. From the very first moment I met and talked with anybody about Clayton Greyhound football until actually just today, anytime I meet somebody new or somebody who's interested in our program, one of the things they ask is, what's your vision for this program? Where do you see Greyhound football heading? And I tell everybody the same thing and have over the course of the last year. That is, when people in the St. Louis metropolitan area think about football, they'll think about Clayton first. We have accomplished a lot in a short period of time, but there's a lot more left to accomplish. I want to take you through some of the things we've done already and some of the conversation starters we'd like to see happen in the near future to get us where we want to go. You're going to see some of those right now. Our strength and conditioning facility is the first indication of what our vision can look like. You can see that some of the great things that have happened in this room are not just facilities, but the job our kids have done. We want to expand that. We want to see that all our facilities move up to the same level that our strength facility is right now, and actually exceed that level, start moving toward our vision of something that make people consider Greyhound football the finest football program in the metropolitan area. Keep in mind, none of these things are on the drawing board. None of them are plans. These are all conversation starters, and they beg the question, how do we get here? How do we turn this into something people are going to look at and be impressed by? Something like this. The way we do that is make sure everybody knows and understands our vision, shares that vision, and is able to communicate that vision to others. So that when we have the opportunity to sit and talk about where Clayton football can go, we all understand what the possibilities are and what kind of things we're talking about when we look at what exists beyond what we have today. We have an opportunity here at Greyhound football to do something special. And these are just some talking points about what special might be. When our guys come back from spring break, the next time they're on campus will be March the 28th, and we'll be finishing up the first phase of our off-season conditioning program with testing and some competition. And from there we'll move into the second phase and hope to see some of the same great games that we've already had this year. Keep your guys informed of that if you would, and let's energize and get everybody in our strength and conditioning program as we come back from break. Something else to keep in mind, summer school enrollment is out there, and guys are talking about summer jobs with us. Our work gets done over the summer daily from 8 to 10:30 in the morning. So if you're thinking summer school, think second session. And if you're thinking job, let's try and see if we can get it worked out so that we're finished, or that we're starting after 10:30. That wraps up this edition of the Greyhound Football Report. We're going to head south for spring break, and we hope to see you in another week with the spring break edition of Greyhound Football Report. In the meantime, think Greyhound football.